Today I got a fun little project lined up here. I'm going to be heat wrapping my up pipe. I've been meaning to get around to doing this for a while. I've literally had this for probably like a month and a half. And I finally decided to take off the up pipe, get it all wrapped up, get everything ready to go for the turbo to be fully installed 100%. Now, it doesn't look too hard online. I looked up a few videos on how to actually wrap it. It seems pretty basic, but I'm just going to go through a couple of the steps on how you do it, and if you're interested, it's from PTP Turbo Blankets. That's what it is. There you go. This says faster spool-up, cooler intake, protected engine bay. I don't know if it's really going to do that much. But, you know, we're going to go for it because well, in the first place, why I'm actually going to be wrapping this is because on the stock up pipe that I had a heat shield around the entire thing, and obviously this one does not have a heat shield. It goes right by the head, also some wires for like the O2, so I'm going to try to keep as much in, obviously, as possible. Because I'm wrapping this, I'm trying to keep as much heat inside and not escaping everywhere, getting everything super hot, so hopefully this stuff will work. I'll let you guys know in the future if it does. Anyway, let's get straight into it. When working with exhaust wrap in general, you want to be having it's a good idea to have gloves. These ones probably aren't going to protect me that much, but it's really like all I have laying around. So I'm going to go ahead and use these ones. And I think first things first, you probably want to clean up your up pipe if you're doing this in general, or like your down pipe. Make sure all the surfaces are clean. Of course, this is like a brand new one, so I don't need to worry about that. Secondly, start unwrapping this, and then I'll show you what to do next. So from what I've seen in other people's videos, it looks like you're supposed to fold over the exhaust wrap kind of like at the end in like a triangle shape to kind of give the clamp something to kind of grab onto. So that's what I did. I folded the end here, kind of like in a triangle shape. So that's the first part that I'm going to put down. Then I'm going to start wrapping a few times over to really give one of these clamps some meat to grab onto. So I'm going to start at the top, start wrapping right there, kind of close to the weld here. And then I'll go down gradually, super tight, super tight. And then I'll throw on one of these clamps. And then just continue my way down, and probably just put a clamp down here, and it's basically gonna be good to go. And another important thing is, so like I said in a previous video, this is a 2-inch up pipe. The outer diameter is 2 inches, so it's really important to get a clamp that's going to be proper size, obviously, right? Seems logical. So what I did is I went to the store and I just got a clamp that is, I believe this is there's a little range to it. So it's a 1-inch 13/16 to a 2-inch and 3/4. So I got this one because it's right in the middle, and it was gonna give me some room to kind of, a little bit of wiggle room, but just enough to where I could really grip down on it. It's gonna work out perfect. So of course, I wasn't recording right there. I think I might have got a little carried away. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm very OCD when it comes to little meticulous things like this, like wrapping, making sure everything is even, everything is perfect, everything's torqued down right. So I might have taken this to the next level, but it kind of makes sense. Another thing that I was hearing is when you're using this exhaust wrap, you want to be wrapping it very evenly and using the same amount throughout the whole thing, so you don't have any sort of like hot spot or something that's less covered, because then you won't have like complete coverage as far as keeping the heat in. So what I basically did is I went probably about 1 inch overlaid each one, and obviously really just trying my best to keep everything tight. So like I said again, I folded a little triangle, folded over a few times so this clamp has something to bite on, wrapped around a few times, then threw the clamp on. Then I basically just went around and around and around and around, kept it very tight, pulling it the whole time, and basically just went about 1 inch overlaid throughout the whole thing. And I'm thinking I kind of want to throw another one here and then one here as well, but probably just for right now I'm going to just throw one right at the end. But overall, let me know what you guys think. I think it looks pretty dope. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up and we'll see what it looks like. Well, and basically there you go. That is done. Just like I said before, I wrapped it around maybe twice, and then I folded up just the end in a couple triangles, and then I put the part that I tightened down over that triangle just so it has somewhere to kind of nicely compress, bite down, hold everything together. And this is this is what it looks like. Wow. Not bad if I don't say so myself. I 100% totally forgot that I was making a YouTube video right now, and I got a little carried away with like basically like putting away parts, organizing stuff, kind of figuring out the last things that I have to do before I drop in my engine. And just give you like a little walk around here. Let's basically organize my car part shelf here. If you haven't realized, this is probably like all the videos. Everything is basically organized by like how it's going to go on, essentially. Anyway, everything's kind of organized there. Figured out all my stuff here. My intake's waiting to get installed. I have my intercooler that I have to run for the base map. I have the intercooler once I actually get tuned. Got the piping for the front mount and radiator and whatnot. Last parts that need to go on right there, like radiator hoses, stuff like that. And this is basically my project right now. So, like I said before, it is pretty hard to understand, kind of, if you're a super beginner, how to install this, and like from an outside perspective, it might not seem that hard. Obviously, this is the old one, that is the new one, put the new one in, switch over the stuff, but you actually have to do some stuff with PCV and whatnot. There's like a pin you have to take out and put in. I'm a little confused on the instructions, but I'll definitely get that all figured out. I was basically just setting up this inlet here, put in the coupler there. This coupler that we're looking at right here is for my intake that's going to go over here. Got this all crimped down, ready to go. And I'm pretty sure I already showed you guys this, but this is basically the final product for the up pipe. Looking pretty dope. I'm really happy with how this came out, and I'm hoping that it's going to keep in some heat. Well, that's what it's there for. I'm probably gonna get a freaking copyright for that. I'm pretty sure I've said in previous videos that I actually listen to country music. Like, I don't know what it is. I actually really enjoy listening to country music. It's pretty weird. Anyway, what else can I say in this video? I don't know. There wasn't much content, but I wanted to put something out for you guys, just kind of like a little update. And also, if anyone didn't know how to heat wrap stuff, I thought, hey, why not? I got some time in the day, might as well bust out a video. I guess an update on the engine is, if you guys didn't know, it's back at my school. Basically, the update from school is I finally threw my cam sprockets, got those all good to go. I put on my tensioner, which I left at home. The timing belt is now on, so the engine is basically 100% assembled, you could say, because now the timing belt is on. It is all lined up, ready to go. I rotated the engine a few times just to make sure that it was actually timed, just kind of like as a sanity check to make sure that no valves hit pistons and stuff like that, because Subarus, if you didn't know, are an interference engine, so it is really critical to have the timing obviously perfect. So that is all good to go. That's all settled. Timing is done. My intake manifold is not bolted on yet because there is a few PCV hoses that I need. That, of course, like I said, I was going to run into some things that I knew I wasn't going to have. So there's a couple PCV hoses, basically like this, right here, that I still need to get. So what I'm going to do probably this weekend is write down on a piece of paper everything that I need. I'm going to write it all down, all the little things. Like I said, I already got my last big thing, which was my cob access port, and I already have my base map loaded on there. So like that's all good to go. It's literally in the car. But as far as like just like the little meticulous things like gaskets and whatnot, I went to Subaru today to pick up some stuff, and then right when I left, of course, I thought of like a couple other like small things. Like, this is what I mean by small things. Like a gasket oil cooler. So for my car, I have an oil cooler on it. It basically just goes around the oil filter, circulates coolant right there, cools it down, stuff like that. Pretty small, pretty minor. It's not like a huge oil cooler or anything, but there is a gasket that it's like, I'm already there, so why don't I replace it? And then it's like, sometimes I won't have these gaskets, so then it just gets pushed back a couple days because I have to order the gasket. And it's just like, it's one of those things, like, just giving you guys kind of an example of why it's taking so long for my engine to go back in. It's just ordering parts and me just getting everything as perfect as I can, because it's like, for how much money and time I have invested, I just really want it to be perfect. So I don't know, might be putting too much pressure on myself, but like I said before, I love pressure. I love making things very, very difficult for me. I don't know. It is what it is. I hate saying things and not having them like come to fruition, not having them actually happen. But as far as things are going right now, if nothing else really comes up, but if it does, then you know, then it does, and I won't be able to bring it home. But I'm thinking at the end of, I think the end of next week, so Friday, I should be taking home my engine and putting it in my car. Now, I don't want to make any promises, but from what it's looking like now, everything on the bottom half of the car, like that oil cooler that's there, the exhaust manifold, the up pipes are now finished, like everything that I want to do on the bottom of the car, the motor mounts are on, is on. And will be good to go. So that was basically my big concern. I didn't want to have to access something that was really difficult at the bottom of the engine when I throw it in. So the entire bottom half of the engine, all done. So that should be next week. So I should, in theory, be able to take it home, drop it in the car, start hooking some things up, and then having my intake manifold thrown on, and then just running all those PCV coolant lines, throwing on my intercooler, and then putting on basically the accessory belt, alternator, power steering pump, throw on the cat, and we should be good to go. So as you can see, like, there is definite progress. I am very excited. I'm actually starting to like see the light at the end of the tunnel for me to really enjoy all the work that I've put in. So I'm just really excited. I haven't really felt this way in a while, where I actually felt like it was gonna happen, and I really think it's gonna be very soon. So things escalated quite quickly, and believe it or not, my boy right here, Danny, we literally busted this out in like an hour, and I actually didn't record anything. And we don't have a cherry picker here, so I had the boy here get in there, lift it up, and put it on here. It's actually not that heavy. I would say, what do you think, like
150 to 200 pounds.
Okay, so maybe it's like a human. It probably is gonna break this table at some point. But I don't know why I didn't record a video of us taking this out. I just really wanted to get it done, and I didn't have someone to help me film. It was just gonna be a little difficult. So I'm sorry I didn't record actually taking it out, but I thought I could at least get a little bit of footage here that I'm throwing in at the end of the last video I did, which was yesterday. But yeah, basically it wasn't that hard. It was like maybe like 5 steps. Number one is I just took off the wheels. Once I took off the wheels, took out these 2 bolts that attach to my bags here, and then I pulled this out of the way, pulled out the axles on each side, and then what we had to do is we had to take out this guy, which is basically just like a trans bushing. Took that out, and we had to pull out the shifter linkage as well, which is back here. So one is at the top. Pull out this one. Don't pull out that one because I already messed up there. So you pull out that one. You pull out this one, I think. Where am I looking? Yep. You pull out this one, and basically it just pulls out of the drive shaft, which is down there. The axles just pull out once you drop both of the sides. And then you just pull out your transmission. And don't forget to unplug stuff, like I almost did. Just like that, and I think there might be like one more there. And that's basically it. I thought I could just throw this in at the end of the video and know that stuff is going down. The transmission is getting sent off to my friend probably in a couple days, and he's going to mock up the blast plates. And there was a lot of people that were commenting saying that they were interested in the blast plates. So I'll see what I could do if he actually wants to start making them and selling them. I will try to get that happening. And I think that is it. My interior, what did I do yesterday here? Yeah, I basically just cleaned up the interior, getting it ready for drop-in day. Access port is all set up. Base map is loaded in. Gauges I still need to wire up, but I routed my airlift controller, put it there. I tucked the wire in, make sure there's no wires falling by my feet, and that's basically the update. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. A little update for you guys. I'll check in with you guys in a few days. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, catch you on the next one. Peace out.